Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reactions Yevamot 62. This daf has an awful lot going on, but a main topic being discussed is the mitzvah of being fruitful and multiplying. Now, some people out there are clearly under the assumption that this is a relatively straightforward commandment. I certainly have seen an awful lot of people online this week sharing that simplistic, basic take. But, as we should all recognize by now, the Gemara really doesn't do simplistic or basic. We've got a baraita with several variations of a discussion between Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai. Beit Shammai is like, you only fulfilled this mitzvah if you pop out both a boy and a girl child. And Beit Hillel is like, maybe it's either or. Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish have a whole discussion over various parts of the commandment. What if somebody did have children, but unfortunately those children passed away? That part of the conversation is quite emotionally fraught when you remember a bit about Rabbi Yochanan's personal story. Now, not only did Rabbi Yochanan have his 10 sons die, but he used to carry the finger bone of the youngest one around with him. Rabbi Yochanan was not only pretty, but pretty intense. And what about people who can't have children, like Rav Sheshet in this very daf? They exist in our community too, and they're not any less Jewish. And what about people who already have a bunch of kids? Should they keep going once they've already got a starter pack? Or should they slow their roll? The daf then shares with us a very interesting story about Rabbi Akiva. And it offers a kind of different way to think about this. Rabbi Akiva had 12,000 pairs of student learners, and they all died of a horrific plague because they were not treating each other with respect. Side note, this might be a great time to reconsider if you were thinking of harassing anybody online today. Maybe just stop, drop, and think about what happened to Rabbi Akiva's students. Do you really want to manifest that energy into your life? It's not recommended by the CDC. Anyway, even though Rabbi Akiva sadly lost all of his students, he did go on to teach a second group of disciples. The later disciples were able to transmit the learning to future generations. These students were, in a way, Rabbi Akiva's intellectual offspring, and teaching them certainly did perpetuate our culture and history and peoplehood. Now, some people obviously cannot have children. Some people won't have children, and that's just a reality of the human experience. I myself am just such a person, and it's nice to know that there are ways to have a legacy beyond actual biological children. A legacy of learning together, in fact. So guess what, Mazel Tov? I am now declaring, very unofficially and completely not legally, that anybody who enjoys these videos in any capacity are my children. Happy Mother's Day to me. Where are my flowers?